once I really put that jersey on, I felt like I was a part of something that nobody would ever be able to take away from me.
We think of it as the fabric on our backs, but what it is the tradition of this university. And I think that we have seen, and I have seen firsthand, how that transcends everything else.
Something that a lot of people dream of, and it's kind of a surreal feeling just to be able to know that I'm able to be a part of that and be able to go out and represent that every night.
I remember the first day I walked in as a recruit to the Smith Center, and I walked out the game tunnel. No fans, no music, just myself, my family, and the coaches. And that gave me goosebumps. So if that gives you goosebumps, then imagine what it is tenfold when you walk out on game day.
Playing in front of 20,000 is always a rush, especially in front of fans like we have.
I wish I could go back and just run out of that tunnel one more time just to hear those fans cheering for you and play in front of the packed Smith Center and being in those hype games, those ACC games.
It's unbelievable. You can't mimic that anywhere. I've played, in the NBA, I've played overseas, and there's some good rivalries in both places, but there's nothing like college basketball, and there's nothing like college basketball in North Carolina.
It's always been a close bond and a close knit that we've had ever since I can remember, and I think that's something special, and that's something very unique.
I played on 6 teams in the NBA. Without fail, on each one of those teams, one of my teammates who did not come to school here would come up and say, "What is it about North Carolina? Why do you guys come back in the summertime? Why do you care so much? Why does that place care so much for you?" And that's what embodies Carolina family.
People hate hearing about it. We talk about it so much, but it's the truth. It's like every night I'm going to hug somebody. Every single night. Doesn't matter who it is, whether it's a coach or it's a GM or it's a player.
To roll into a city, man, and to see, 1 or 2 Tar Heels playing on the other team, and, it's always love every time you see that. The guys are kind of looking at us like, why are you guys so close? I'm talking, Brendan Haywood's, 5, 6, 7 years older than me. Vince Carter's older than me. Antoine James. These guys are, I grew up watching play.
That's the reason why pros come back in the summer to mentor the younger players. That's why the younger players look forward to the summertime. That's why this place has the spirit that it does. And that touches you here. That's something that you can't replicate. You can hardly explain it, but that's what draws you back.
When you walk out of practice and you walk out on the floor and you look up there, you want to sweat for those guys. And you want to win for everything that they stood for and the excellence that they passed down.
We know we're part of a great tradition, and we know that we're supposed to be at the top every year. So it's something that we push ourselves to do. Our goals are very, very high every year, but that also pushes us and motivates us to try and accomplish them.
I always cherish the championship that we won here. Looking back on it and all the bonds that we built and all that hard work really paying off. And every time I walk into the Smith Center and look up there at the rafters, there we are.
You just see so many great players that have come through here, guys that you looked up to, and now it's your time to put the uniform on and go out there and make your own name and hopefully bring another championship back to Carolina.